Cathedral was the latest say Bibia Bonibia in the Mizia case.
Yes.
I say a copango for Chopa, or former chair, was a good ufipa. I was a good ufipa. I say Joyce, a good ufipa. One says so for no, Victor, also go ufipa. And you, only I own. Also be I so far be resigned. Also be I on this matter. And yet, one, and yet, one, so how painful it is in this country. Well, how painful it is. Agronian Candy was here to say, you will assume a sidaya, and you are Ketino, or the singlet, Efre, we could see, so see him come to his aid. Obi was trying to tell you, if you no one come on the down, Akuma or what tier MPP, no, you have no idea because you will be. And the names that were called for order that has been given to demolish the building. Yes, yes. In the S, I was you also want to fly something off about him. Maybe you don't even know who you are dealing with. Also, my catcher say, "Young can see this here." They're saying the pastor. She said, "Yeah, say abanga near Bakubi or NDC." Young father, dance your mother. They be ada abanga near. Or no, or there NDC. Only one of the vice chairman. Please bring that evidence. Stop that noise about him. Bring the evidence. We are tired though. But so almost say a association. We are tired. A press conference. Association corner a press conference. No, the institutions of state they want to work. Bring it for evidence. Never. You must say me pedis good watching. She also for yes, also for the pneumonia force. Mammy, Kikansan Bazaar. They should find out from him why. We all say abanga. You pedin say you chroma and Tróuble papa. And you ma pa obi. And what maybe just bad for your interview. Yes. I will indulge and then you remember back to even the scholarship situation. Let me appeal finally say. Pantai Quino, Amasama Quino. A friend said, kindly remind NDC appointees, yes, that President Mahama has a code of conduct for all of them. Yes. So they should be careful. Appointees should not be seen clapping back at citizens. Oye post that citizen be true be was here. Now Odia me mano did you be a time I'll fix your mind before I fix you. Those things are not good. They are not good. Because they should learn from the leader of President Mahama has a certain demeanor about him. Ghana for whom in a certain way. You cannot be his appointee and be insulting citizens. I don't get clapping back. Now ODJ fans. I don't get that.
Yeah, I think it's all good because Cathedral one issue over the years I've said a lot about it. And in our report, I hit the media airwaves, not much information regarding the details of it. And that is when the Minister of Communication gave that deeper insight. What actually it entails. By reporting about, I saw some of your friends in the media on some other platforms. I'm catching Ghana for say some affair. Cathedral na say omodisicano, musicano, everything has been accounted for. Enti abeya kra yam papa Akufo Addo na kwesi boate nom chew. Na bibisa mo say dey na Ghana for ya no wronger. Some of these jokers are the people who have taken over the media airways. Omo misinform me amanfo. They are just selling their ignorance to general public. And for me that is very dangerous. Debbie, so only analytical sense, you better go sit somewhere, don't do politics. Because politics ain't your comedy. Now you have a cracky jokes and money passing. When your information you need to delve deeper. Samaya ubehu anyantia sianya uhumu ansana wo kasachire nipa ma nipa tia. What make sense? But people very often advertise raw emotions and I can say no gum and now better now delve deeper into this particular report. Now we had that kind of comment to now for the then you understand why over the years, you suffer at the hands of some media people in this country. The misinformation and the disinformation campaign still in play. They are just selling their ignorance to majority of the people because they have platform. And for me, that's my worry. To start with, Gabby, Yatiha Anna, Aya Shraj, Aya Honorable Okudato Ablakwa, and the Koma Shraj say, Yama contract, say in National Cathedral. But Oshema, well, there has been a lot of infractions. Shraj say a proper investigation conclude say the entire contract na Yama for National Cathedral is illegal. Because your friend is saying some of the procurement, your friend is saying irregularities.
There were procurement breaches.
Exactly. Laws and as far as you go through now were circumvented. Yet I've always argued say competitive tendering has always been the default position of the Procurement Act. Unless there is an emergency, nobody can convince me that the National Cathedral was an emergency that we needed a sole sourcing. But they handpicked this gentleman, and for design alone, we paid a whooping $21 million to somebody to design a cathedral for us. Gabby, it's not about any majuma. It is about your friend is saying best practices around the world. Yahubi. And you also gauge it against the economic circumstances prevailing in the country at a particular point in time. At the time, what was the state of the country's economy? The way a play and the agitations are not Ghana for air. These are some of the things. The National Cathedral Board of Trustees now commission will be say internal audit report because this report wasn't meant for the public. It was for internal your friends use and consistently you could see that to be desired. And for me, it's not just about how monies were used or whatever. Makata said the idea you conceive say yes cathedral and kasa that is why I've always been saying this whole thing is a senseless enterprise. Because to begin with, no time and now you womb at the time. Now President Akase me Masenya me boss me cathedral man me baba see cathedral. We all thought President Baba here appeal for Fanama Christopher and as for Addo Timoni. It was going to be some kind of a
that was it initially.
Exactly, that was how it's supposed to be.
Emma Captain Krakoso
exactly. Yaniba ya hosono. Na we found out the sabo mainsikam. We found out the sabo mainsikam. Parliament kura omo ye in charge of your finances almost more approval no that layer was set invented. They were never consulted. Nobody was informed. President felt like I am the Lord of all kings or whatever, Lord of lords. Into the sabo mainsikam no at $50 million seed money. Now I want for second for Ataba no so for 15 million no so they more. So at the end of the day, monies are for the state. Committed to other reasonable ventures. I'm not Ghana for some fashion. We were investing these monies in some of these senseless enterprises. And again, so we had the cost at the time now. Baby, I know you're Kwaku Addo. Now you see judges dying as fresh as 2024. Now you judges dying, So I'm asking those journalists on radio saying, say, Yanko Pabinum channel. Have they sat down to quantify the amount of money involved in the buildings now you pull it down? And now your friend said, passport office, there was this private organization you could need you must Ghana compensation for pulling down their distance.
Yeah, sure.
I'm told say Judge Bakukra Akufo resign because he felt like it didn't make sense. I'm gonna resign. These are the realities I can have them. And in some number, instead of us to talk about the issues, how it started, and the fact that we didn't need to commit state resources to some of these enterprises because Nanyansa be a nipa the seni Hunyansa and some Nayakano Sabi. I was here this as you can acquire the fufro. And Jabi the Nayame crass and bros and say Nipa no Mudi Ade we enemy are soft company for every Sunday. They have the opportunity of meeting helpless, your friends, poor people in their various churches. Or Munim, they understood the reality of the economic circumstance and they prevail at the country because we also for Sundays who church members. Niamane koso kroma, a man for Mudo Musika Akoto, your friends, a government bond, and then as a forum, government by force taking it away from them. Some people died in this country. So we Yankopo Nipa. These are some of the realities as a who choke you now who's say your mind seek cathedral, it could be some other time, but not this time. But these individuals are the very people who ushered government, pampered Akufo Addo, and directed him, say, we should go ahead and build a cathedral at the time people were suffering. These were people who were supposed to intercede. They say these are individuals. As a community or mind for an name, who say, baby, or mine or quantity, but these are the people who were ushering government, say, young Fasikan Conquaya, dear, after your quatrasia, corruption is Shasia, Bubano. Then so for ways are some resign. What resign? I will call him. What resign? I call him. No. When it started, we told you said that thing was a senseless enterprise in the first place. Again, I don't know who come. There is no money be a double be a de Kwakwaya Sadia. Nasikana na eba no nefri. Motia na no fiscal na safe and nefri ba. We also for now to see a catch us here for my sika. Now the monies are flowing now. Isn't it incumbent upon you? So maybe Sasikana free for never. Now, Obisa say state Sikana Obisa Parliament may approve now. You sat there and some were taking fat salaries. I know the day I was the other buy and we boss my resign. I'm saying that these are just cowards because there's a second committee who do her Ghana for them catch and say a Pamacho for say Mukanyans or some Yenti. Because how many times I may know the Captain Martin as one time I say Ankasada particular thing was senseless. But so for young coupon. I'm not saying money. If you couldn't see this thing, now you're saying, one hour that one as a 1 hour that nipa. So, JB, the fact is this whole cathedral thing, the amount we just a tip of the iceberg. I'm telling you.
Sir.
Oh, I'm telling you. That is why government is going to go ahead to get a proper forensic audit. I'm betting me scrutinize it bit by bit, every detail of the various contracts. Now, maybe if we want to do prosecution, we can still go ahead and do prosecution.
Absolutely.
Because our first trial report now, I recommend this that the board of trustees should be prosecuted.
Headed by Apostle Opuni Arambwa.
Yes.
Opuni, the former
should be prosecuted. Because we live in a country here, Obiso a board member, state undertake a project.
Opokuina rather. Yes, Opokuina. Yes.
State is undertake a project.
Yes.
Now board member say, my bomb was 20 or so about Ghana was saying, Kusiwati. On Bogana, Bosnia, your president, because Omanhene you're ready. What kind of nonsense is this? In a civilized democratic dispensation like this, obi timi so arba bia sika no free bad besi na yenim babi okofa sika na buy aduma moya cannot even generate half of that particular money. And then we sit here and we keep quiet. So I think you see sa niema we cannot fly. Makata say one thing Ghana for will never forgive President Mahamadu say sa cathedral same way you be German and how every single individual so we suffer when we yes wo fase when we hwan you every single person involved in this senseless enterprise they push away Ghana for Ezika to go here must be prosecuted. And for me until that is done we will never rest. And I've listened to a lot of comment even saying so just your man for kana yen sign Kosi cathedral kroma ebesi cathedral kroma biem it will never happen. Because a mistake, so the Ghana for Sika Kwaku Cathedral, maybe everything will turn upside down. Because Ghana for will not rest. Because land now, we can use it to build the biggest children's hospital in West Africa. And for me, it will be a dear. It will give us that particular strong awakening. There was a time when some individuals wasted our money, wanted to do this, but you're turning into something very sensible. Atenasia, Omo Enya, your friend is saying. Yadisi Children's Hospital. And that hospital will be the biggest children's hospital in West Africa. I bet me Alpine Avenue for research and as for Bema man for free outside. Abba be taken care of. Now it me yes I man for me a bet me boy than some of this cathedral because I assume you made that. I saw be only church.
As a church of Pentecost for Christ the prison the church.
Yes, and see a kase your friend say you baby assume you places ever soon me abu Pentecost for Kwaku kakra ya see your friend baby you gomwa o hefa it's one year no mo yeah your friend saying I had a way Independence Square no way
Parents Chapel
exactly. If you look at the current I'm saying the current economic circumstances of the country should not warrant and as a my whole currency the my sikam kwakwa science and every single person be oka ho na kwan ye fa so procurement breaches sika yemomo yasemomo na yira yehu na nipa ka cha say it was reversed by who prove ni say na yakeka sansem hu we nyina agu na ye no akọ and kwabra ne betina radio saka say oh yankopo be chow what kind of you say journalism is that? So I'm urging government to be on top of this particular issue. Any single money it won't be and then Ababeda this it's not just $58 million. And then Sana you signed the cut 34 million.
Yes.
I become one. And rise it to over $97 million. I gave a benoti. I did about Quebec media show for a mana. I opa in so good and Kotrene and we have said double ne garim. That is how much we
pay. Renting and that's and
they are paying for it.
They are paying for it.
And we see these are some of the things that must change in this country. We cannot live in a country where people do some of these things, people do some of these things. And we say, when we do some of these things, our mind will never grow. We must begin to teach people lessons. There are consequences.
Touch not my anointed.
Yeah, oh, my anointed. Your friend is saying, people were jailed for willfully causing financial loss to the state.
Yeah.
This time around, this is foolishly causing financial loss to the state. So because when they were doing it, we told them, they knew the consequence, they knew that we are not going to finish this thing. And this will be willfully causing financial loss to the state, no Kojera. What about will be a foolishly causing financial loss to the state? Because these are individuals who are supposed to know better, you understand? So I think that we are going to be on this cathedral till the end. Now you're making sure that the proper forensic audit is done. Every single person, so yes of who, so yes when you, because this is the time as you send a message to people say, whenever you are in prominent position, you are not there because you are the finest brain in town. You are there to serve people. And to who the others in Nipadom or more money because I dear moye MYL Tinumfa so Nipewu, Abra Nasanema way costly. Now not everybody was downgrading Ghana.
Yeah.
Among for Bob Bosia Krakoba Winyabi. Among for Sika, I invested I say Montumo
yeah.
People were suffering, people were dying. For the first time, we saw aged women Omuhio Musika doing demonstration in Accra and a software who is Uncle for Waymobo, and they were out there urging government. I know that we didn't get cathedral. This is what we got. And our expenses, and I saw that about Ubia for Sika said a minute. It is about how these Sikano were used. For instance, how do you explain paying $21 million to be on your design amount in a country at the time, not SNK? And there is absolutely nothing to show for today. And then other, your friend is saying, procurement, when as for now. If I report here on one, because I'm report, it doesn't even speak well of the entire cathedral way. And I'm happy the president has given a directive, say, the board of trustees, should be dissolved.
Dissolved, yeah.
It shouldn't just end there. Now you make sure say every single way or say you're prosecuting must be prosecuted. So I can't for
Mamenya Kweku Annan Nana Ama Embremu. Also, as part of the contract, non-renewal of signed agreements for Nehemiah Group. The contract between the National Cathedral and the Nehemiah Group was initially 1 year, starting from March 9, 2020. And renewable based on agreements of both parties. As noted on page 8 of the signed contract, this has, however, not been renewed as it was supposed to have been done. Breakdown of all payments made to Nehemiah Group after March 2021 is as follows: consulting fee, $350,000. Traveling expenses, $26,541. Supply expenses, $118,672. And a legal fee, $28,000 plus other expenses, $301. What need now boom about $523,521. And only in Koma. Yedi ho edano pa sisia e wo ha no museya and also still a lot of controversies. Rama
Gabby, Nehemiah Group ya na me to aso.
Okay.
Fellas Kwaku Annan last week say presidency of Akufo Addo claims Nehemiah Group is owned $1.85 million. But the company insists actual debt is just $155,616 Hey, minya asade we me screenshot from 3FM online. Hono man ade ne da. Nehemiah Group ne say e car oman no ebetua de ama wo mo no. E $155,000 $616.
Yeah.
But President Akufo Addo abam presidency so per report that one say omo betua $1.85 million and a diamond Nehemia group. Company no ye adwuma ne say adwuma na me ye no e ka no ye calculate bi asa de obro so na e even less than $200,000
yeah.
But presidency when you na e kire say national cathedral and na me share Nyankopon bo say Nyankopon ba na say be president ya me say aso dan kese de ahye Nyankopon no munyam no some of these revelations ne man dey di pefe say eye ade a omo plan bibia in opposition.
I see.
Say ye ba ban mu a ye be create avenues bebra ye betimi dey dey e dey abo man ne kro no e dey anya wealth e dey anya ahunya at the expense of ordinary Ghanaian, the vulnerable in the society. Share JB.
Yes.
National Cathedral revelations enya na eba. But the hard drink kakra ne say fellas Ato Forson e ba address the nation be catch Ghana for say ya $58 million. $58 million. But contractors bid the certificate aba. Some of them want to $58 million. E ka $39 million so kra da wono mo a eno so kra ne nya dey. Ye ntua ye.
Na sa ka no kra adwuma be na kwa ne ye ya all this certificate na be da sa.
Amena na wo matutuo no.
Ene na adwuma kwa de ba be.
Amena donko na wo ma bɔ no. Yes, I'm a region in part of Momoto and airpine tonton ma womo every woman. Some manana woman to no. Yabo $58 million no. A additional $39 million in the whole. Now, may President Mahama, who be here when the Senate and Akufo Addo, or any government officials as Gasha Muntia. Because Ghana for brand new nuisance taxes, each year Ghana has say. JB, ya bre, shaya kan judges quarters say Judy Yeduguye. The late President Mills Mahama bre so mu koji loan. And the best sister judges quarters no. Now we ready the man judge for. Edi say, ni ye buni e de gu form. All in the name of Sammy be the president here. Messi asoda na say wo hye Nyankopon ba. E ye state ni coffers na what do nsabom. One kasa no use one kasa resources.
Sources na Ghana for contribute scan so. Captain Crowd be koye so cement scanner so ntine say kakra na e wo Ken Ofori Atta. Ghana
for ya catch Nyankopon say e paso ye pede. Aso dan bebrebe a etwa Ghana ahie yi. Aso dan bebrebe a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kopim Sunday twe card e baba no. E die benya na che say ebu kam dia fa so die benya na ya. Enti e was wo my Ghana yetimi spend sika close to $100 million say ye see National Cathedral. E ko bubu adwapade. Ye ko bubu adwapade na be ye oka e ma na be beto wo man so na wo no wo leadership na memwo na wo bae na wo bebu ye no na timamu no udwe timamu ni hu sei hwe Waterstone Realty Limited esiu Ghana ban $120 million Ghana cedis what the call dollars me $4.7 million because wo adwapade esiu one story building no National Cathedral nti yabuagu enti Waterstone esiu oman no $120 million taxpayers money. A taxpayers money, $120 million Ghana cedis. I will say a tebri, edify one mine state coffers near the common Waterstone for because one of the assassin, one more assassin, your property, I was so. Who may see what saw die will show any muntino. What best send a japadia? To what send a japadia, our value, the property say $4.7 million to see Kafamano. Ghana ya kwa yanasi abaye enti se wenyi na sebe empanifo a yade ya wura hye wo mumuo ya yanya kokodwo wo mumuo monso menhwe media ya bobra me medi o man ninya me mepa ehunya de we have the men yede ye kese ye beso o man ne be wi akire no wo use se in the name of say me see asodan e de menya ko ne be wi akire na se jebi asodan no akoda no kro no ba ya yusu asofo no mu binum asofo no mama wo mo kwan na ya yusu o mo ne ya de abokro no edu ba bi former Pentecost chairman Apostle Opoku nyina no adan politician 2024 yeti kroma running mate no opebi
wo na wo kan na say
na me kan say
na say obi e wa
na me kan
so wo na wo ka so opebi
yanti Ghana ha na ne ye ko Opoku nyina pe running
mate say na ya tisen
no wa dan no politician na mo artisen bebrebe o ma no mo pe running mate say no mo do so ada yanti kwa say chief of staff kra former chief of staff fremo opera no so pe running onya bi obedi artisen dey say ye bebre
I see
or dan politician but ade ha dwene ne say Ghana for no mo free say so gullible ahwe wo dia wo pa Apostle Opoku nyina ya won na board of trustees ono na dan no ma aban ni free say wo prosecute no wo be hu de Church of Pentecost members be ye wo krom ha say omu betwa hia kra say asori man kokko share 40 days fasting and prayers we chanting. Now when you're before you hantel. JB, if you are not rich, I want to be wasting the time say, we'll be our rich, you're going to hantel. Come my body at to a minus so. Now you soon taxes in the good to so nuisance taxes never rich and you work on say ya cost send for properties. Extra judgment debt in nature no any judges quarters ya judge for na JB a bubu quarters ni guye. I feel current apartment wala boni de ma umu. Sir. Or money to dollars.
Laboni.
Laboni cantonment laboni ni na saja na JB na judge no what in quarters mu na so akobu agua ubu agu so nyi ne niam no pe ba bi e ma no nkonkotena ya current apartment taxpayers money and ye it is asofo no mu ama wo ho kwan politicians aka bomu a destroy wo man no anya junk economy o man na bose be nkwase aka ya debt to GDP ak JB ya kan ko ya kodru be say over 721 billion no national cathedral nkan ho bi aka ho bi yeah junk economy enya no national cathedral ho akontabu nkan ho bi aka ho bi it is when you are software na so wa ma ho kwan na ne politician aka bom no madu omani nya no madu omani awu a se mere no say ya prosecute wo ma mo hwe no mo anya sebe nkwase de bi antiocho nipa so bo a wo Ghana ase because ade ba kwa hwe se MPP fo ya do man ya hya wonsa 8 years wasum wo man every year bia no finance minister call parliament ya allocate budget to various ministries, departments, agencies baby after 8 years be account for your deeds eduma we yesike edema won brane bebu ho contest can be afan wonsasia face wo man ne mra na wo se an ya we chanting na mo kwan na mo de na mo so no emre ye ninka so se ne etie be mo be ko opposition de mo didi ye ne no ye ba ye bedi mu bi sebe nyankwase asem wo ka we che Ghana ni sebe nyankwase asem what do a mine gina kano esum taxes de egu o mine so hwe natural resources a wo sum export de ko ni nyina chere nya junk economy adwuma na wo ye ni bebu ho akonta the audacity say wo be gina ho na be ka kire Ghana ni sai ade na NDC aban anase aban we kwan amode ye nam so no ye ba ye bedim ye be yem bi se mo se ye wie sika apostle opoku nyina board of trustees wo ye chairman Sadia be kwa me suspect say Millennium City kura no so na spearhead ya kura I was here investigating me a Pentecost member me tua tax me boa for there me kosanda because who lead project be say na se ya boa am na donko na wa man spending $97 million e wo ho a e ka kura so wa kire dia na je say Millennium City no so kura na wo na lead years sa da wo na ya chairman no kura no na je say no so kura bibi wo mu
I see.
I just a Pentecost for no kwano. An se Ghana ha se no se project we ye na si wano mo de a ya na se ni pani hye de ni akire sa. Ani ye hye se ani ye say. But ade yi a apostle opoku nyina spearhead LED board of trustees no ye chairman e ka de ante se me suspect ne say Millennium City na si wano mo no kora no ene ma kom because asofo na anya wo mo ne ma say omo ya asofo. Se wo ya sofo a that word no so no mo kaka ho no o ma hu se sebe o mu yusu o mo do ma bokoro no o ma hu se sebe o mu yusu o mo do ma di sebe nkwase asem elu tu o mine e no mo twi o mu firi mu but as and when na honorable Tróuble black na say revelation bia bebebia e dia fa national cathedral ho abi no wo benya apostle opoku nyina no ma ba be defend ye ni kroma say honorable Tróuble black de ba say o mo tue sika bi e dia masofo ye ni di mi ensa ni di nan ya wo dia sense contract kusi boaten ye ni kroma say e na board of trustees di release statement ba ye e ba be justify be defend say oboye obo o man bosia afi na nwi ya no we say this am aba say obo man bosia no there's no documentation and character process be no ma e dey say kusi boaten e bo national cathedral for bosia and no say 2.6 million say US dollars say no ye taxpayers money JB Yentimi to us say I think that report in NDC gave out no. Yeah, here prosecution because Ghana for ya bre.
Mamenje kron.
Miradi.
Miradi ampa.
Emenye na ye. Am de mi si won nyina.
Abigail.
Oba no ho fe.
Mo.
Wo wadu. No ho fe. Am wadu. Men.
No to us. Precious. Over to us but another one. So mobile money donations now by the Munti from the reports from 2021, 2022, 2023. Mobile money by any now 39 million 5,635.
Cathedral was the latest say Bibia Bonibia in the Mesa case.
Yes.
I say a copango for Chopa, Boche or former chair, was a good ufipa. I was a good ufipa. I say Joyce, a good ufipa. One says so for no, Victor, I was a good ufipa. And you, only I am. Also be I so far be resigned. Also be I on this matter. And yet, one, and yet, one, so how painful it is in this country. Well, how painful it is. Agronian Candy were here to say the Yabubu assume Sidaya, and you are Keteno, or the singlet Efre we could see, so see him come to his aid. Obi was trying to tell you, if you no one come on the Dawa, Akuma or what tier MPP, no, you have no idea because you will be. And the names that were called for order that has been given to demolish the building.
Yes, yes. In the S, I was
you also want to fly something off about him. Maybe you don't even know who you are dealing with. Also, my catcher say, "Young can see this here." They're saying, "Pasa." She said, "Yeah, say abanga niya ba kubi owo
NDC."
Yamfa dance your mother. They be ada abanga niya. Oh no, or they NDC.
Oh no, yeah. One of the vice chairmen.
Please bring that evidence. Stop that noise about him. Bring the evidence. We are tired though.
But so almost say a association.
We are tired.
A press conference.
Association corner a press conference. No, the institutions of state they want to work. Bring it.
For evidence, never.
You must say me pedis good watching. She also for yes, also for the pneumonia force. Mammy, Kikansom Bassar.
They should find out from him why
we all say abanga.
You pedin say you chrome how and Tróuble papa.
And you are pa obi. And what maybe just bad for your interview.
Yes.
I will indulge and then you remember back to even the scholarship situation. Let me appeal finally say Pantai Quino, Amasama Quino.
A friend said
kindly remind NDC appointees that President Mahama has a code of conduct for all of them.
Yes.
So they should be
careful. Appointees should not be seen clapping back at citizens. Oye post that citizen be true be was here. Now Odia me mano did you be a time I'll fix your mind before I fix you. Those things are not good.
Occupy office
they are not good. Because they should learn from the leader of Fao Mwejumemno. President Mahama has a certain demeanor about him. Ghana for whom in a certain way. You cannot be his appointee and be insulting citizens.
I don't get
clapping back. Now Odeje fans.
I don't get
that.
Thanks for watching. Like and share the video. You can also drop your comment. Please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell to turn on the notification.